Yup, that's me dying at the final part on a very special level to me named Deadlocked, which would also end up being my final needed easy demon, and then I would go on to medium demons. To explain how all of this happened, we must go back to the time I came back to Geometry Dash, which was a bit ago. Little old me was on my couch when I saw an unforgettable app on my iPad. Yeah. Can you guess what that app was? So, you guys won't leave the video on impact. We're just going to skip into when things got interesting. The day I beat Theory of Everything 2. And I thought, how good could I actually get at this game? When I started my Deadlock journey, I was already getting good runs. And some of these good runs include 90 to 100, 82 to 100, 78 to 100, and 72 to 100, which is already 4 runs, which is very impressive for day 1. But since I don't really care about talking the runs that I got, we're just going to go over the choke points. For the first choke point, it's a wave part, which is already bound sign, and it's in triple speed with gravity portals. So, of course, as the person who goes over choke points himself, we are going to go over this whole part. So it starts with some simple spam that is actually a lot harder than it looks. Then you go up, and then you gotta let go, and then you see a gravity portal. So you gotta immediately switch to your direction and make sure you get used to it, because if you hold, you're gonna go down. But then you gotta do some more spam, but this time upside down, making it a lot harder than usual. And you see how close I am to getting to the slopes? Yeah, I almost died like 10 times in this part on my original completion attempt. So once you do it, you have the ship part that I really feel like I don't need to go over. It would be a choke point if it doesn't get really easy to understand once you're done with it. And yeah, things don't start heating up yet until we get to 60%, because then I'm going to need to go over this part, and trust me, the next part after this choke point or whatever, ignore this UFO, it's not part of it, but I got to finish my sentence before we get to the next choke point. Okay, so it starts off with the ship transition that is actually, like, middle of the road. Sometimes it'll kill you, most of the time it won't. But after that, you see how much gravity portals there are? I'm pretty sure this part is, like, completely auto. Honestly, I don't know. But then you gotta teleport. You don't know if you're upside down or, like, in normal gravity, because then that'll flip you off. So then once you get through that, you gotta, like, blah, 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 la, 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 and then more gravity portals. This time it's pretty much auto, so you don't really gotta worry about it. But then you go down, and this is just a pretty okay ship transition. Then we have the worst ship transition in all of any Rob Top level that has ever been made. So you go into mini, not knowing that you're even mini, and it like flows you back down. And mini is like the most mini ship is like the most over exaggerated version of a game mode. The mini version of, you know what I'm trying to say. So then once you do that, you got this easy UFO part. That's a boss fight that I don't need to go over. Okay, so after this we have this dual part that is the ultra, all the spam is just so, like, this spam is so annoying because, like, sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen during the spam. Like, you might fumble it and then fumble the next part and then blah blah blah. Like this, like, I hate spamming during, like, dual wave and stuff. That's just so awkward. So then we have this pretty straightforward memory ship that I feel like I don't really need to go over, or else the video will be boring, and then the rest is easy. So I might as well just play my completion now, and I hope you guys liked the video. If you want to see more like this, subscribe, because I'm currently on the grind to beat B, and I've had some amazing progress, and my new best is 80. My current best is 86%. So, make sure to tune in with that. So, quick note, this reaction is based off what I remember, because unfortunately, I didn't have my mic in this period. So, Yo, I've been getting so consistent, bro. I hate 70% though. Oh my god, please, please. Yes! Yes! Yes, Bowser, let's go! Yes! Oh my god, I beat Deadlocked! Yes! So, it's time to reveal my details about my completion, including my enjoyment, my attempt count, and some other things. So, starting off with attempts, I had a grand total of 2,988 attempts, which is, I'm pretty sure that's my second most attempts I've ever spent on a level, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. Now, for enjoyment, I'm going to give Deadlocked a solid 6.5 out of 10. I feel like I enjoyed Theory of Everything 2 a bit more than Deadlocked. So I hope you guys enjoyed the highlights video. New hardest, in my opinion. So if you guys want to see more from this channel, just make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.